Welcome to the Horn Talk at the Fireplace. We have a special guest here today from the United States, Phil Myers. Phil, tell us something about your life, how you came to the horn, and so on.
My father was a wind band director, so I'm growing up in the bands. In fact, when I went to college, I did not know so much orchestra music, mainly band music.
Where was it?
I grew up near Chicago.
Near Chicago.
Yeah. So I was studying with a man and then Dale Clevenger, and then Dale sent me to his teacher in Pittsburgh, named Forrest Stanley, and he was the person that helped me very much because I had many problems. And in fact, Clevenger said to me, "You have too many problems, So you go study with my teacher, and he will help you because he is good with problems." And boy, he was right. I mean, very good, very good with problems.
Which problems, for instance? Just one. Tell us one.
When I tried to begin a note, it would go. Really, I have a piece on a recording that I made when I was 18, and the piece goes like this. But I could not talk, so it sounds like this. This
was it an F horn or
no. It was this, and he showed me how to do it, and it was no problem. I was very excited. Let me tell you, when he would tell me something that was changing my life, I was very excited, and this was I couldn't believe it.
Once I had a pupil who always missed the first note from above. Piano, always. Then I told him, no, play it from below. Play one note lower and go up. Then you play, Bayo. That was hard. Yeah. Your early professional years. How was it?
Well, it was strange. There were not so many players back then, and if you went to an audition, there were not 100 people. There were maybe 40, 50. And the first job that I won was in Eastern Canada, Halifax, Nova Scotia. And there were 20 people tried out. 20. And I won that job. But my parents would not tell anybody where I was. It was Vietnam War. So if someone went to Canada, it was because they did not want to go in the army. So they thought, even if we tell people that we were drawing numbers to see who went in the army, and I got a very high number, so I would not have gone ever. Mm-hmm. You could only get 366. This was the highest number. I got 358. So I was very close to it. If you got number one, you went to the army. If you got number two, you went to the army.
Was it incidental or because of something?
No, they drew the birthdays every year. They drew birthdays. So mine is June 24th. June 24th was 358 was the birthday. So this means I didn't. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I could go. So my first job in Canada. But my parents thought if we tell people he was in Canada, they are not going to believe. They will think that he. So for 3 years.
Dissident.
Yeah. 3 years they didn't tell anybody where I was. So I didn't exist.
Mm-hmm. And the second job?
Pittsburgh. I went to Pittsburgh and played third horn in Pittsburgh for 4 years. And Pittsburgh was where I had gone to school. And Pittsburgh has changed a lot since then. But at that time, Pittsburgh was not a comfortable place for me. Not in school, not in the orchestra. So after 4 years, I left and I went to Minnesota, Minneapolis. Loved it. beautiful. But the first horn job in the New York Philharmonic came, and I thought, you know, if I do not try this, I will always think I should have tried. And so, you know, I mean, I was fortunate. I got this job.
Yes, so you got 4 jobs
Yeah.
in the end.
Yeah.
What was your secret to get 4 jobs?
Oh, it is very simple, really, and that is, and I tell you something. If I ask a student, what is your strength? Many times they have no answer for this. If I say, what is your weakness? Always they know. Always they can talk about the weakness, but very rarely the strength. So I identified what I thought was my strength, and when I would play an audition, this is the only thing that I would do. I would only do my strength. At that time, I thought that the strongest thing I could do was play loud. So I played everything loud. If they said play Oberon, I played it loud. It did not matter what it was. I played it loud. Right? And
That's what you will don't do. Loud, of course, very loud, but also very soft.
Yeah, I liked
very delicate, very sensitive musician.
I liked to play soft a lot, you know. But in auditions, all I did was play loud. And it was crazy because it was much easier this way, right? And I won everything. I couldn't believe it. I was very surprised. Yeah.
Do you remember when we met the first time?
Oh, yeah, we were in Illinois. It was Charleston?
Yes, Charleston. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And I think this was maybe 93, 94, something like this.
94, I think. Because 93 was in Tallahassee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
What I remember was that at that time, you were not making the complete horn. Because when I saw you in 95 in Bordeaux, you said to me, now I make it all. Because there was some part of it you were not manufacturing.
Maybe Paris, yes.
Maybe Bill?
Maybe Paris, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, but the thing that I liked about it right away in Illinois was the response. For me, this was what I was having a hard time finding. I would pick up a horn, I would go, and it would not speak the way I expected. And yours did. Yours did.
What else do you deserve from a horn?
I think that the horn should allow you to get whatever sound you want to get. I don't like the idea of somebody saying that a particular horn has a particular sound. I don't like this. Can you imagine going to a concert and saying to a clarinet player, "Oh, Buffet sounded very good tonight"? No, it would be crazy, right? Buffet did not play anything, right? Well, for me, it is the same. If somebody is always talking about a horn having a particular sound, this is not so interesting to me. So what I want a horn that I can make sound many different ways. It is not always forcing me to sound one way. So this is what I want.
Yes, that's also my wish, and that's why I have different bell sizes, different alloys, and so on. I want to do my part, to contribute my part, that different styles of the world survive, and that it's possible to achieve different sound colors. So that's why we have compact, golden cut, wide, also shallow, like this little horn here, and now also Hollywood sound. I think it's a pity the world gets poorer if local styles die out.
Why do you think that has happened?
It's the worldwide contact with France, maybe the combination of conductor and his friend, the solo horn player from the States, and he brought him, and maybe kind of crisis with the top players in France, maybe, and suddenly it collapsed, the style.
Wow.
And yeah, it's an interesting thing. I like this style, for instance, in France. I like to hear different styles. And of course I knew the ascending system called Ascendant, and I made one, I offered one. I wanted to do my part, that this kind of instrument would survive. At the same time, of course, I offered my combinations of E flat with E flat alto. And some bought the double horn, the ascending double horn, but then they saw that with my E flat horn, they have the same on the third valve on E flat. It's also a horn C. One step, first step higher than E flat, and they have much more. They have all the other harmonics of E flat, and so they all bought E flat, and without wanting to do this, but at the end I helped that this called Asada died out. Pretty bad. But the style of playing doesn't so much depend on the horn model. So it's a pity that these styles are dying out. Also in Russia, you see they play more and more European. And also in Germany, formerly there were many styles. Also top soloists with very tasteful vibrato, and now it's almost not allowed anymore.
Oh, really?
It's a pity.
I didn't know.
Yeah. In the States it's still allowed to have vibrato?
I hope so.
You hope so?
Yeah.
No, you know, I remember when I was growing up, there were not so many horn records. You know, there were only 2 or 3 Mozarts. You could buy Brain, you could buy Penzel. Not so many Mozarts. You know, but I remember getting the Barbato recording of the Concertstück and what this sounded like, right?
Yeah.
And then also there was a Russian recording of the Concertstück, totally different.
Yeah.
And you know, probably it would not be that way now, because I would be talking 1960s is when buying these records.
I find it very interesting to go to Paris and to have a typical French meal, or in Russia, something different.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's a pity we everywhere would get Berliner Eisbein. Or Schweinebraten, yeah, everywhere the same. So I hope they will come back partially to their style. I think progress in intonation, in the rhythm, in dynamics, in musicality, in high, low playing, technique, of course, very good.
Yeah.
Has to be, but it should be possible at just any style. What do you think?
I always liked the different styles. I remember the first time I heard Bauman go, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how clear this was.
Yes.
I just never heard anything like it.
Jumping.
Yeah.
It's
No, it was. I love this. You know, I have my students listen to this record because the articulation is so beautiful. You know, but here's the other thing. Well, I remember when I was young, one of my teachers said to me, well, actually, I was trying to go study with someone, and he said, is there any horn player that you particularly admire? I said, yes, anyone who has made a record. He said, anyone? I said, yes. I said, anyone who has made a record is better than me.
Not so easy. Yeah.
Where do you think the horn world is going to?
Well, I mean, the good part is that a lot of people play very well. The bad part is that I just feel as though I run into a lot of really good players that don't enjoy listening to music very much. They don't, if you say, Brahms' Third, I'm not sure they're going to know what Brahms' Third Symphony sounds like. I mean, yes, really. I am really serious.
I remember I collected these recordings and listened to them in my age of 15, 16, 17. I ate everything.
Yes.
Everything.
Me too.
Yeah.
I know I have 19 recordings of Ma Flost because I love this piece and I want to hear it every way, But now, I tell you, Engelbert, it would be like this. If I said to you, I'm going to teach you Spanish, but I'm not going to let you hear anyone speak it. And you would say, no, this is crazy. How can I learn? But I find that this is a lot of times what the students are trying to do. They're trying to learn music, but they never want to listen to it. This makes no sense to me, So, I hear what it leads to is this. I hear a lot of them play the horn, and play the horn well, but I cannot always hear what they are trying to make me feel about what they are playing.
Yes. The sense of making music.
Yeah, yes.
What is it?
It starts with this. I look at the page and I feel something. This is not here. I look at the page and I feel something. And then I pick this up and I try to make that feeling. And then I play for an audience and I try to have them feel that same thing. So that me and the audience are feeling the same thing. Hopefully, what Brahms was feeling. I want to feel what Brahms was feeling, or what Mozart was feeling. I don't want my own feeling. I don't want my own feeling. I want their feeling. If
then there is a connection between the musicians and the audience.
Yes.
And this.
I think we're both feeling the same thing. It is not me doing something for the audience. No. I think it is me doing something with the audience. We're there together.
I remember the story when you picked up the first horn from my place. It's,
The world should know this story. Please tell it.
And I had gotten so sick, and I could not hear out of either ear. And then I got on the plane and came over here. And by the time I got to your house, I was driving down the highway. I couldn't hear anything. If somebody is honking, I do not hear it. So I come in and you said, here it is. Play it. I said, I can play it. I can feel it, but I cannot hear it. And you said, no. And I don't know if you remember, but you put me in a stairwell that was...
It was the coolest place. I was sweating, yes. I remember.
Okay. I thought you did it because it was going to be loud. Maybe I could hear it.
But you wanted a cool place.
But I could not. Then here was the other thing. I took it back to the United States, and probably it was 2 more weeks before I could hear it. Okay? But then here's something else. Now remember, this is 95, okay? I had been playing Con 8D, right? And I had an arrangement with them where they were giving me my horns for free, okay? 2 a year. Every year, 2 horns. And a little money. But okay. So I come to you, and you do not know me. I mean, there's no I was buying this horn thinking that it was going to be, I was going to use it as a desk hand. Not all the time. No, I was taking it back to play something high things. Right? So, but it costs like $10,000. Right?
Yeah, I gave you a good price, of course, but
Yeah.
not a free
Well, but
instrument.
yeah, it was not free.
And it was
right?
a triple horn, so it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
compared to family,
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Yeah. So it was sitting on the couch, and I was afraid to play it because I thought, if I play this horn and I do not like it, I will kill myself. You know? See, because now, if I want to sell a horn in the United States, oh, it's very easy. There is a market for Schmid, but back then nobody knew Schmid. You know, so it was new. It was a new thing, right? So finally, one night at midnight, I was sitting in a chair like this, watching TV, and I thought, okay, damn it, I'm going to play that thing, all right? So I picked it up, and I was just sitting here like this, playing it for 5 hours. I played from 1 in the morning until 6 in the morning, and I thought, wow, I enjoy playing this. I enjoy playing this. So then I thought, but I never trust me.
Your own impression.
That's right. So we were playing a concert with Canadian brass. 5 New York Philharmonics, 5. I took it in and the con, and I said to these other 9 guys, I want to play something, but on both horns. I want you to tell me what you think. And when I got done, nobody said anything. And I said, no, what do you think? And he said, you're kidding. I said, no, I can't. No, what did you think? He said, oh, come on, it's obvious. You cannot play this con anymore. The con is gone. You have to make that. Yeah. And so then I went to the orchestra. And when I walked in with this, I said to the other horn players, I said, okay, listen, I think probably I'm going to be playing this. But I don't want you to think that you must get one. Don't think this. I do not care about this. This is not important to me. And within a year, I think they all had it. So I mean, it is you know, and I would, not because I was telling them to. Just the opposite. I said, don't think you have to do this. No.
It seems to be my fate that my top customers are so tolerant. Others force for the students and the colleagues to a certain horn model.
Yeah.
That's a pity.
I never understood it. Yeah.
Yes, let us drink on tolerance and musicianship.
And my new horn.
Yes, why again a new horn?
Well, I you know.
Every year you are buying a horn.
Yes, that's right. I'm an old man, you see. And I'm trying to convince myself that my career is not over. So if I buy a new horn every year, it means still I have some time left. So, but I have 2 full triples, both of which I like. And I want to tell you one story. A student came to me this year, and they said, and he has a full triple, and he said, I'm not so sure I like this, my horn. I said, okay, it is no problem. I said, I give you both of my horns, and you take whichever one you want and give me the other 2, okay? Because I played his horn, and I liked it. I liked it very much, right? So I thought, oh, this is no problem, right? But I had not played. When I told him, you take your pick, I had not played his horn. But your horns are so consistent. I am not afraid. Anybody that buys that horn because of me, if it's someone I know, I always say to them, if you are worried, you try mine, you take what you want, and I will take this. Yeah, no problem. Never worried.
Yes, fortunately.
For a reason, we have no Monday horns. Yeah, if there is a horn which does not work as well, then probably something wrong, mistreated by a repairman or so.
Yeah.
but always prepared.
But I have enough triples now, so I'm getting a single high F. I think,
For our special pieces,
I
yes,
think-
it's very interesting.
well, you know what? I mean, remember, when I went back with the full triple, I thought I was going to use that as a descant.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'll let you know. So yes,
Yes, we.
a little,
Making music.
a little
It's
Engelbert,
fantastic.
yes, a little Engelbert Schmid wine here.
Yes. Don't Cheers.
Cheers.